Well, what a good day, people. Welcome to another MT-09 video. So basically I've done almost 1,000 kilometers on this bike now, and it is due for its first service. Oh, that lean angle, mate, that fucking lean angle. It's due for its first service. And I just want to tell you guys basically what I think of the MT-09. And basically my experience so far having this bike for 1,000 kilometers and just the braking period and all that goodness, you know. I just want to let you guys know what I don't like about the bike and what I like about the bike thus far. So let's start off with the negatives, because there's not many. I don't know if this is exclusive to the break-in period, but this bike had the worst mileage so far. I would get about 150 to 200 kilometers on a full tank at the most. And 200 was a very rare occasion where I had to ride like a grandma. Usually I would get about 170-ish, around there, which pretty much sucks because it meant I would have to fill the bike up every second or third day. The second negative would have to be that when it comes to the actual display on the bike and the fuel indicator seems to be lagging. It doesn't budge in the beginning. So I just filled the tank up today, and basically the fuel indicator has not moved at all. And I've probably been riding about, I'd say 80 to 90 kilometers so far today. It would stick to full for a long time. I've done about 80 or 90 kilometers today. It's still stuck on full, hasn't moved at all. And then all of a sudden, when you stop, you turn the bike off, turn it back on, get on the next day, and all of a sudden you've only got 1 bar left, and you're like, what the hell? So you start riding and going to the petrol station because you think you've only got 1 bar left and you need fuel straight away. As you're on the way to the petrol station, all of a sudden the bars move up and the bike realizes, oh, actually I've got more fuel than I thought I had while I was standing. And I don't mean you go from standing to riding and immediately it changes. No, it's more like you ride for 5 or 10 kilometers and you're almost at the petrol station, and then the bike goes boom, oops, actually, psych, I actually do have fuel, I was just messing with you. And so that can be quite frustrating. Those are the only two negative things about the bike. When it comes to positive things, there's many. First of all, let's start off with this. This is the Yamaha MT-09. MT meaning standing for Master of Torque, because this bike has crazy amounts of torque. So whenever I'm just cruising around, I can expect to only need to use the bike very minimally. I don't have to use the throttle much to keep up to speed because there's so much torque on the lower end. And that's the reason I got this bike in the first place, just because it's so damn fun, because it is the master of torque. Let's get into the other positives. I find this bike is highly comfortable. I really like having switched from a super sports bike, the Kawasaki Ninja, to this more upright naked sports bike. I can see why naked sports bikes are getting quite famous nowadays, quite popular, because they're so damn fun to ride. I mean, if you can get all of the positives of a super sports bike, well, almost all of the positives, yet be comfortable at the same time, why wouldn't you? And then a lot of people are like, oh, you don't need a quick shifter for the street. Yeah, obviously you don't need a quick shifter for the street. You don't need it, and that's why most bikes don't have it. But don't you just want one because of how fun it is? Well, some areas of this road surface are quite uneven. Anyway, so you don't need that quick shifter, but you definitely want it because it's fun. It's a nice addition. It's a nice addition when you want to come and hit the twisties, just to momentarily forget about the clutch, enjoy that quick shifting capability. Feels really good, doesn't it? And then let's come to the other positives of this bike. You want to cruise around, you want to ride at ease, chuck it into B mode. If you want to have a lot of excitement and power, chuck it into A mode. The different modes on this bike, and it's even got traction control. Yeah, obviously you don't need traction control, you don't need A mode and B mode and C mode and standard mode, whatever. And yeah, you don't need a quick shifter, you don't need any of that. And sometimes it is quite fun to go on a basic motorcycle where you've got the throttle, the clutch and the brakes and the gear shifter. Yeah, it feels good, but on this bike you've got the option of switching to the traditional mode of riding or a more advanced modern way of riding. It does feel like a proper race bike, so really appreciate that about it. Anyway guys, I am heading home now. Thanks for watching. Just can't wait to unleash this bike to its full potential after the first service has been done. Anyway, I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching.